Take the risk. Goodness, if I could tell you just the amount of times that I've started a business and it didn't work out, that I've taken a risk in a project and that project backfired, the times where people might look at me and say, whoa, you're actually much more of a failure than a success, then, you know, if I was to tell you everything, then maybe you'll be one of those people that says, why am I even subscribed to this guy's channel? By the way, if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because every single day I post videos here on how to create a business, a career that you love, especially when it comes to sales. Now, working in sales my whole life and teaching sales professionals and helping companies to take their business to a whole new level, it's come with a lot of philosophies and determination on understanding what is it in the psychology of individuals that succeed in sales versus those that fail. And you can move this beyond sales into life itself. And that's why this whole video is about taking the risk, because the chances are, if you're not getting what you want out of life right now, if you feel stuck, if you feel like you've got potential that isn't being fulfilled, well, there are many different ways that you can start fulfilling your potential. But one of the first ones and first things that I guarantee you, if you're willing to do, will help you succeed, is to take the risk. Think about this right now. The answer to our questions is in action, not in staying within our comfort zones. But if we know this so logically, that taking the risk is the thing to do, what keeps us stuck? Because it's really important, before I go into why we take the risk, the outcomes of taking the risk, and why it's a good thing to take more risks in your life, we've got to understand what is the chains keeping us stuck right now. Well, the first thing to know is that your mind isn't wired for success, it's wired for survival. And you have established a number of habits in your life, and for your mind to feel that you are safe is to live out those habits every single day. And this is why you get people, for example, who smoke and they struggle to quit smoking. Because even though they know logically that smoking is killing them, that by stopping smoking, the mind is saying, hold on a second, you've smoked every single day for the last 20 years, so if you stop, you might die, or if you stop, you might not be cool anymore, or if you stop, it might put you in danger. So this is why people hold on to bad habits, even even habits that or addictions that can kill them, because your mind is not wired for success, it's wired for survival. And the way that you survive is by doing the same thing day in, day out for your entire life. So stick with me here, because I want to talk to you about why risk will be the best thing that you can ever do in order to achieve the business that you want, the dream life that you want, just to get the guy or girl that you want, or whatever your goal is. Taking more risk will condition you to succeed in all areas of life. So if you think about your comfort zone, I want you to imagine this comfort zone in front of you right now, yeah? You've taken risks before which are outside of your comfort zone. You already know what it feels like when you're in your comfort zone versus when you step outside. But here's what's been happening, and it's happened to all of us to some extent. You've stepped outside your comfort zone and you were like, wow, I'm doing something, I'm going for it. But just as you started to succeed, and just as you were about to achieve some great things, something happened, or maybe you happened. But at that time, something sabotaged your success, and you ended up being pulled back into your comfort zone. Now, the reason for that is because your habits and the pull of being pulled back into safety is so strong. And this is why I always say you should never play the game of life or sales to simply survive. You should play the game to win. You should play the game that even if you do step out of your comfort zone and it doesn't work out, that you don't see that, well, you know what, actually, if I try anything, because I tried that one thing one time, but if I try anything else, I'm going to get the same result. The reason why most people, and I do mean this unfortunately, most people do not achieve the success that they want, whether it's financially, in their health, their relationships, or just life overall, is not because they're not intelligent people, or not because they're not great people, but it's because they generalize, and they say they take one failure in life or one risk that they took, and then they, with a very broad brush, they say everything in the future that I try that is a risk is going to fail. Now, hearing this right now, it sounds crazy, right? Because it is. But unfortunately, this is the strategy that people have within their mind, or just the general mindset of your average person. I don't believe in average people, but I do believe in average mindsets. So, my advice to you today, and something that I don't always succeed, but I try to live by, is to say yes to the risk first. And then, once I've said yes and I open my mind up to what that risk has to offer, then I can start to put a plan in place. And you know what, at that point, I don't then have to go ahead and do the risk. Once I've said yes, then I can look at it and take a step back and say, well, actually, now I can be logical about if I'm going to step into it or not. But here's the deal here, right? If you keep playing the game inside your comfort zone, you're only going to get what is inside your current comfort zone. And in life, it is about stepping up through those levels. And the chances are the reason why you'd be watching this video right now is because you crave that next level in something, sales, life, business, whatever. But the only way you're going to be able to really achieve that is by getting your mind to a point where you become comfortable being uncomfortable, where you make the unfamiliar familiar. See, just a few years ago, I was really just starting out my business, and I just wanted to have my business in London. But then I got an opportunity to go out to Dubai, and I said yes to that opportunity, and I had no idea how I would deliver on that. So it was a risk, because it was actually a course that I wasn't totally familiar with, so I had to do a lot of learning before I went out there. But by taking that risk and going out to Dubai and experiencing it, I was like, wow, you know what, I want to do this again. So I started to put myself in situations where I would have to travel. And by doing that as frequently as possible, I actually reached a point where I started getting more work overseas as a consultant and as a sales trainer than I did in the UK. And now, in 2018, I've spent 95% of my year with my beautiful girlfriend. I've spent most of my year outside of the UK. Now, why am I able to do that? Is it because I'm lucky? Is it because that I won the business lottery? No, nothing to do with any of that. But it's because I looked at something in life that was unfamiliar to most people. And I said, you know what, I want to travel as much as humanly possible. So I'm going to take the risk. I took the risk, I got comfortable in that, taking the risk, and then I quickly put myself in that environment again. So for you to achieve more, it is about doing more of that thing that you're scared of. You just got to hit it hard, go for it, step into it, and then do it. And then even if you fail, just take the notes from it, learn from it, and then go back into it. That's pretty much all I want to say for this video. It's quite a straightforward message, but like I say, if you're not getting the fulfillment out of life right now, you feel like something is missing, it's probably because you're just not living to your best potential. I want everybody in this life to live to their best potential, and that's exactly why I said I'm finally going to start taking my YouTube channel seriously, because I feel that I do have a story to share, I do have a message to share, and on top of that, I've been living this life for a while now, and it's not that I'm any better than you, I'm the same as you, but maybe, just maybe, I've been making a few different decisions along the way, and I've been willing to take more risks. So from right now, today, if you've not been doing it already, I want you to take more risks. Yes, be calculated about it. Yes, don't do anything stupid and reactively, but yes, take the risk. Thank you so much. I'll see you in our next video.